and welcome to new episode of the We Talk Talent series, season 5, the show where we bring you insightful conversations with top HR leaders shaping the future of talent management. Today I have the privilege of being joined by Shipra Pandit, Director Human Resources, Just Pay. Shipra, welcome and it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you. I'm really excited and thrilled to be here. Thank you.
So am I. So, yes. So, before for my viewers, we dive into the discussion, I would like to briefly introduce today's speaker to all of you. Shipra represents JustPay, India's leading payments platform partner. She's a passionate and energetic HR professional dedicated to uncovering individuals' hidden talents, skills, and matching them with the right organizational fit. She's a firm believer in identifying and nurturing people's core strengths to unleash their full potential and known for instilling a sense of positivity and purpose in young talent, translating their inherent strengths into dynamic, high impact outcomes. Shipra is committed to driving talent acquisition initiatives and create a positive growth oriented work environment. Shipra, what a privilege to have you once again.
Thank you so much.
Great. So I'm going to start off the conversation with a little broader perspective that will help our viewers today. That how is this industry tackling the change that the workplace has gone by over the past couple of years? So if you could just help us with a brief overview, that'll be great.
Yeah. So definitely the demand in the industry has risen suddenly, and now the industry shift towards AI, towards the recent years brought a bunch of tough challenges for all of us at work. And with the recent development, it continues to grow. We had to learn to adopt and be super resilient. It's kind of like rolling with the punches. Mm, So at our company, we have thought of a lot of changes recently. We saw that the pandemic hit, and suddenly everyone had to start working from home. It was tough. Some of us really felt stressed out and burned out because work and the personal life was happening all in the same place. So we introducing flexible hours and support programs to help everyone cope. In response to the pandemic induced economic shift, the company, the fintech industry itself, strategically adopted to navigate uncertainties, embracing the evolving financial landscape. The Justpay team seized the opportunity to enhance the skills and thrive these amid changes. We brought in a lot of transparent communication, robust support systems, and we tailored a lot of learning opportunities, which became the key pillars, where our team was not only coping with the changes, but also flourishing in this dynamic system. Uh, Simultaneously, if we look at JustPay as a company, we embraced the age technologies, introducing sophisticated fintech solutions to empower and team and elevate operational efficiency. We recognized the importance of upskilling, and we heavily invested in functional programming, ML, AI, ensuring that our workforce what was not just prepared but was also excited to navigate through these transformative wave of fintech innovation. Recent shift in AI, it has brought in a lot of challenges in the industry itself. It has changed the way we work. However, we all think it's very positively affected to the efficiency and productivity of individuals, as well as it has brought in a lot of work life balance and growth together.
Well, that is some really critical challenges that you highlighted, Shipra. And I really like that you've said that it is pretty much like a transformative wind of change that has come through. So that is good to know. I'm sure that does give us a lot of hope for what's coming in 2024. But that also brings me to another critical aspect, as the World Economic Forum's Future of Job Report 2022 predicted that there'll be about 97 million new tech jobs by 2025. That's a startling number. So I would love to hear from you that according to you and your industry demands, what type of skills shortage do you think is causing the talent war? This is one of the concepts that's making a lot of ripples around the corporate world. So we would love to hear from you.
Yeah, I mean, there is a very significant upswing in the demand for digital skills. It's leading to an evident gap in the workforce market. This particular deficit, it spans across various domains: ES, EI, analytics, cybersecurity, and soft skills such as data-driven decision making. So while you were saying 97%, 97 plus million jobs, however, very recent insight which was gathered from LinkedIn, an estimated 130 plus 130 plus million technology jobs are anticipated to emerge within the next 3 to 5 years. And surprisingly, almost 40% of the people working in India doesn't have the basic digital skills, making this whole skill gap even worse. So a big reason for the skill gap is that we are not using the STEM education effectively. Increasingly, uh, if you look at about half of the Indian university students studying STEM don't even pick up the basic digital skills. And even if they finish their degrees, only quarter of them actually use their STEM knowledge in their jobs. This shows a clear problem. The key here is to close and to bridge this gap with a good training by the corporates. And we need a better match between what students learn in school and how they can use it in the real world. Now, when we see this from the current generational corporate perspective, they are falling behind. In fact, from the workforce perspective, we are currently experiencing a significant generational shift. If we talk about the baby boomers who were born between 1996 to 1964, they possess extensive skills and knowledge developed over the years. However, as they retire, Generation X 1965 to 1980 is stepping in. But they are facing those challenges, they are facing challenges because they are yet in their younger age. So, a university study highlights a historic occurrence. In fact, today, workforce has five generations which are coexisting together. So,
Wow.
boomers are the people who are motivated by loyalty,
Correct.
teamwork, and duty. They emphasize sacrifice for service or the success. On the other hand, the Generation Z, they value work life balance, seeking fulfillment in both professional and personal aspect. So this is posing a lot of challenges towards it. However, notably, we are not going to miss millennials
Yeah,
who came in 1981 to 1997.
true.
And soon they are going to comprise 75% of the workforce.
Yeah,
And they are already getting into the executive roles.
correct.
Motivated by the challenges and the growth opportunities, they mirror the early career trajectory of the boomers, right? As millennials grow, they might play a very vital role in bridging the skill gap left by retiring boomers.
Yeah.
And this particular, shift in generational dynamics demands to be more careful, more
Yeah.
thoughtful in how every person's need is met. So that's an interesting industrial change which has
Yeah,
happened.
yeah. And 2024 marking that the baby boomers are on their way out, and the
Yeah.
Gen Zs are the Zoomers, as we call them, are on their way in. So
Yes.
it is going to stir up a lot of, practices that have existed. A lot of changes are imminent, and you rightly pointed on them. So thank you for that, Chipra. And that does bring me to another aspect of this conversation, that when we talk about engaging with the Gen Zs and the millennials and the alphas and so on, a big change and a big, I think, motivator is when we kind of try and spotlight it, talks about the employer branding strategy, because that is one thing that EVP is like a big pull for them. So that actually gives me an opportunity to ask you that if you could shed some light on how your employer branding strategy has evolved over the past few years. You've taken us so beautifully through the changes, the pandemic, the transformative changes that are coming in. How about the employer strategy here?
Yeah. So we do not believe only in advertising our organization externally, but internally too. So, in fact, how can you brand yourself outside more if you cannot make a success within? It's a very important question because then then you would know what kind of branding is required at that time. So let me tell you a very interesting story here. One of our tech team member devised an innovation, and that innovation aimed at enhancing the daily work of fellow engineers. Despite his persistent effort to promote it, a significant portion of the team members, they remained indifferent. So we were like, okay, why this is happening? So he came down, he said it twice, and he asked us what kind of garner attention would be required. So he said, oh, should I send across an email, or talk on Slack communication, or do a personal meeting with all? And without hesitation, the only answer with us was, why not do all the three and then some more? So, to internally campaign or champion his innovation, we employed a 7 into 7 rule of communication, which was emphasizing the need for at least 7 different ways to communicate the same change at least 7 times throughout the organization. So, over 3 days, we implemented a multifaceted approach. Included email, Slack communication, a strategic talk the talk, walk the walk initiative, and culminating into a significant event where he personally engaged with all the engineers to share his idea. So this impact was extended beyond the immediate goal. His
Correct.
his particular effort, right, not only facilitated the adoption of the innovation, but also provided HR with a wealth of positive references as we were promoting the engineers' work. The success of internal branding initiative underscored the effectiveness of this comprehensive and repeated communication strategy in driving organizational change and fostering the collaboration within the team, within the organization, and collaborating in the industry itself. Branding, as you said, right, the challenges and everything, the branding is changing. It's not constant, and with the regular news around layoffs by the company, the candidates are extremely cautious of joining brands they don't know. Hence, employer branding will not be an optional exercise, but will become highly important to build trust with the candidates, as it will bring a lot of impact on hiring efficiency. So, our company's brand, um, it encompasses both the product and our people. is designed especially for fintech businesses and tech enthusiasts, especially engineers. So it's all about sticking to the core principles and fundamentals while highlighting the cutting edge technology. So this indicate that employer branding goes beyond just attracting talent. It's about creating a narrative that resonate with the aspiration and value of the potential employee.
Certainly.
This can be achieved through transparent communication or company's vision, culture, and the impact
True.
by the team. Yeah.
Yeah, Shipra, I think that is so critical that you're mentioning this, that it is just not about on the outside. This is something that you are kind of practicing, living, breathing each day. And it is good to know, right? And this is like an intelligent employer brand that you've created. So it does really stand the test of the time. So however things change on the outside or inside, it's going to just kind of rewire itself and is there. So
Right.
that is like a very, very interesting approach. And I'm so glad that you shared that with us. That kind of brings me to one of the bigger things of this conversation, that are the prominent challenges. So you've taken us through this beautiful journey, but I'm sure the viewers would really want to know what were your pitfalls in this journey. So if you could just share some of the prominent challenges that you faced in the TA space and how did you overcome them? So maybe a couple of them.
All right. Yeah, that's an interesting question for us, for our kind of company, I would say. So our hiring vision is it's all about bringing the perfect team on board. So it's like finding a needle in a haystack, believe me. However, we always struggle, difficult of finding individuals who are competent with system thinking and problem solving abilities. And the urgency to do so quickly adds to this element, turning this particular whole race against time. Then comes to, believe me, the fun part is still pending. The fun part is, um, which is making sure, right, that the team is made up of all kind of people, like creating a dream team where everyone brings something different to the table. Sorry. It's not just about the skills. It's about having a group that represent a lot of different background and experiences. That's what makes a workplace exciting and exclusive. Oh, and by the way, creating a strong employer brand is like giving the workplace a great reputation, right? And it really helps attract and keep awesome people. But when startup and a little grown startup comes into the picture, where the especially when the team is small and the budget is tight, this is next to impossible. We see it as next to impossible. But we created a lot of exciting approaches, like sharing our success stories, highlighting awesome work culture, and using the latest technology of hiring to build the potential hires pipeline. Um, it also helped. Uh, we also thought about how we can bring in competitive pay, which not only tackle each challenge well, but also uh, work together to make the whole talent acquisition process interesting and and successful. Yeah.
I love the beaming in your eyes while you're sharing this with us, Shipra. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I truly believe that this has been like you've just spilled over the ingredients of the secret sauce that you guys have created at Just Pay. And it is really creating a lot of difference. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Is
What an
is there
honor.
a possibility I can add one more point here?
Please do, please do.
So the very next challenge, what people in the industry is facing right now, is it's Gen Z.
Right.
So Gen Z is no one but the people who were born in 1997 and between 1997 to 2012. And this particular generation is changing the game. believe me. And we are in the mid of this exciting shift. So Gen Z entered the workforce in 2019, and within the next decade, they are going to represent one third of the company's capacity. Uh, this Gen Z are they are altogether very different. They are totally digital first mindset,
Yeah.
uh, and recognizing these digital mindset, it's one of the biggest challenge for the industry,
Right.
because they wanted to adopt a lot of new technologies. They wanted to take a departure from the analog world,
Yeah.
and they are interestingly somehow getting involved. So bringing those people inside the workforce, it's a commitment, as our business imperative has become super clear
Right.
now with the native digitals, where these people are ready to outnumber the analogs.
Yeah.
Organizations must unlock their power. So that's something which is beautifully looked at. um, they are interesting, they are innovative, they are sensitive, they are luxurious,
Wow.
and however retaining them is no big game. It's the similar game what we were playing before. So it's all about uh, how we can share the commitment towards them, what kind of impact they can bring in, uh, bring luxury to their life, and bring work life balance to their life. So it's all about that. And I think every industry is getting ready for them, and we all understand them by now. Yeah,
That's a very well sum up or a roundup, if I could say, Shipra. You've given us the highlights, you've given us the way and the cues to kind of keep them together, and you've definitely spotlighted that why we must. So that has been a fantastic chat. Thank you so much for
thank you,
sharing it and putting it so easy for us. So this has been really, really helpful, Shipra. Thank you.
thank you so much.
I'm just going to say that it has been a pleasure having you on this show. And for our viewers, let's continue to learn and grow together. And don't forget to tune in to the next episode of the We Talk Talent series. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Thank you so much.